Hello YouTubes, this is Matt again, and thought today we would take a quick little look at sequences and kind of show you how I practice them. A sequence, for those of you who don't know, is taking a small, almost like mathematical pattern within a scale, or just on the neck of your guitar here, and you repeat it. And what's nice about sequences is it's just a pattern, which means you can take that idea and then move it and start it on different scale degrees, and with very little thought, it kind of sounds like you really know what you're doing. Let me show you one quick little easy sequence to give you a head start on the idea, and then I'd love it if you could, right down there somewhere, there is a response button, including a video response. I'd love it if somebody out there in Cyberland took one of these sequences, recorded themselves doing it, maybe across some other key or something like that, and post a video response of you using these sequences if you get the idea. Otherwise, you can always drop me a comment down here. It'll shoot it to my email. I'll try to respond. Let me show you a start here. Now, I'm going to go to the key of C because C is a nice place to start in music. C is such a common key. So I'm going to start on a C. Now, I'm using this C, the 5th fret of the G string. Okay, and my major scale pattern looks like this. Now that comes straight out of, you may know this as the blues box, some people call it. Some people may call that the blues box. So I am in the blues box, basically. But the major scale is hidden in here. Okay. I'm actually going to start on the 3rd scale degree here. Okay, so keep that pattern in mind. Now, starting on 3rd scale degree, and I'm going to do a 6-tuplet pattern. That's 6 notes in my sequence. Looks like this. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go up 3 more notes. Okay, so here's my starting note. Up 3. And back down where I came from. So I got up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the idea. Now I am strictly alternate picking here. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Strictly. Don't change that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And we'll do a lesson on pick angles later on. If you want to see somebody else do it way better than me, click on YouTube search up there and click for Paul Gilbert picking. Okay, Paul Gilbert's kind of a hero of mine right now, especially his right hand. Okay, so we have a sequence. We can go up and down with a little 6-note pattern. But you don't have to be stuck there. Remember, the idea of these lessons is not to show you one thing, it's to show you how to take it and move it. So let me show you how I can move that around. I can slide back here to the 2nd scale degree. Now again, I'm assuming you guys can find the notes in the C major scale. So let's assume you're comfortable with that, and if not, do a search for it. Okay? I'm going to start on scale degree 2. Now there's my same sequence on a different scale degree. 6 notes going up and down. I can come all the way back here to home base, my root note C. You've probably seen where this is going. You can take this sequence on these 2 strings, your B and your E string, and now you're mobile. Now if you keep this idea in your mind, of course you got to keep the scale in mind too. I'm assuming you can find all the notes in this scale. If not, this is a great way to learn all the notes in the scale on 2 strings. Let me take you all the way up and show you the big picture here. I'm going to go up and down 6 notes and then shift up to the next scale degree. Shift up to 3, shift up to the 4th scale degree, 5th, 6th, 7th, and all the way eventually up here. Okay, and I'll go nice and slow. Up to scale degree 2. Scale degree 3. Scale degree 4. I like that one. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. So there's a lot of them in there that sound unnormal, and I really like that. I really like starting on the scale degree too. I think starting here is really cool. Starting on scale degree 4 is really neat too, because you get all those whole tones in a row. and you get to end up on a nice tritone. Very cool. All right, so now you have one sequence. That's not the only sequence. You can make up a sequence. You can make simpler, smaller sequences. Let me come back here where we started. Let me show you an easier, smaller sequence you can do. Just 3 notes, maybe. Well, let's take that idea now up and down the whole scale. Ooh, mama. Should have had my coffee. All right. You can make more involved sequences, and this is where things get kind of fun. You'll see guys that make very, very, very long sequences and carry them across the song. For instance, you could take, here's one from a book I highly recommend, by the way. What is the name of that thing? Here, let me find it. Yeah. A buddy of mine went to Atlanta Institute of Music and took from this guy, and it is highly recommended. Terrifying Technique for Guitar by Carl Culpeper. That's the guy. Highly recommended if you want a book on the wide world of shred guitar, because he goes over this exactly. I want to give him credit. This is one of the sequences out of that book. Now, that's a long sequence. That's way more than just 3 or 6 notes. But just like the rest of them, once you learn the sequence and the pattern of ups and downs, you can move it all over the place. Ooh. Ooh, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's one easy sequence. That's one easier sequence, and then the last one's a little bit more convoluted. But the idea isn't to learn somebody else's sequence, even though it's fun to have a couple of them in your little trick bag for when you need a flurry. Okay, that's actually something I do quite a lot of. There's sequences that you can do, but now you know one easy one, one sort of easier one, and one that's a little bit longer, so you can get the idea of creating your own, which is the ultimate goal here. All right, now we'll talk about pick angle another time, hopefully when I'm more warmed up, because I know I sounded rough on that. But the way you hold your pick is very important. For this lesson, for the idea of sequences, you can hold it terribly if you want to. It's more about the concept, okay? So taking a pattern, maybe just 3 notes up, 4 notes up, 1 note down. Sky's the limit with sequences. So please, video response, let me see what you're doing with them.